One of the reasons our 30 days in 30 minutes content creation system is successful is that 30 minutes element. If it was 30 days in 30 years, you can see the problem. There's a power in having a time frame associated to whatever outcomes you're looking to achieve. A weird one today, South Park teaching me a hell of a lot about content creation, and I'll preface where this comes from. There's a documentary floating around on YouTube. It's called 6 Days to Air. They follow the creators, Trey and Matt Stone, around for a week, where a episode goes from concept, they don't know what they're going to talk about, put on the show, to being written, animated, voiced, edited, produced, handed over to the network to be aired on television, all in 6 days. This happens every single week. They produce an episode. The same talk track happens each time they go through it. They hate the episode. They don't feel like they're going to get it done. All these curveballs exist. There's stress, anxiety. But what you see every week when the show goes on television is the byproduct of this 6-day turnaround window. What's really impressive about that is a lot of other cartoon shows, if you do a little research, take months and months to get an episode to air. They go through all these different stages. Through the power of deadlines and accountability to the network, these shows get done. And they're never perfect in the eyes of Trey Parker and Matt Stone. But many times when they've produced an episode they thought sucked and would ruin the legacy, it's gone on to be one of the best that they've ever done. How does this tie back to all of us listening to this amazing podcast episode, which if you're new here, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and follow along to catch future episodes. However long you get given to do something generally indicates how long it's going to take to get done. You'll often get assignments, schoolwork, homework, if you were relatively studious at school, handed in on the date. Things like taxes, they get handed in on the due dates, so forth. In business, one of the ways we can accelerate outcomes and move the needle along in whatever we're trying to achieve is by shortening the window of the deadline of when it's due and then making it accountable to someone else that matters. One of the reasons our 30 days in 30 minutes content creation system is successful is that 30 minutes element. If it was 30 days in 30 years, you can see the problem with that. Our clients have to show up to a dedicated window to have a 30-minute conversation once a month, and then we're able to repurpose that into all their videos, all their written posts. There's a power in having a time frame associated to whatever outcomes you're looking to achieve. I've seen concepts of the 7-day author. If it was called the 30-day author, we know what would happen. 7-day author, we know what's going to happen. Where in your life can you shorten deadlines, introduce accountability, whether that's to a colleague, business partner, business mentor, go public with it, talk about your goal or what you're accountable to in a forum where other people are going to see it, to get it done. This year, the first content strategy I've gone to personally is live streams. So I pick up my phone, have a topic, a subject, I hit live and I start talking. Very intentionally, I've gone to this content strategy to get back into the swing of things. I had a really nice break through late December and January, took time off, spent it with my son. We went to Malakuta, we went to Kingscliff, we went to Phillip Island. Hadn't had a break from the business like that in my entire career. It was a really big year last year and the year before that. Paula had a cancer treatment. We went through a separation together, which is very amicable. We're still best mates, but that's challenging. Moved out of the house that we shared at the end of October. It was time to step back, decompress, realign. all those things. In order to get my muscle, so to speak, to give a metaphor for content going again, I needed to make no barriers to entry for myself. And the easiest way to do that is to just hit the button and then it's published once I'm done online automatically. There's no editing, no filters, no retakes, no redos, no scripts. So I'm going live every business day at the moment, sharing a different topic, and I'll continue to do that for a while just to get the energy back, the confidence being on camera. The other aspect to that is it's raw, it's authentic, it's real. People can see the human side. It's not perfect at all. And it's also a form of leadership for my own clients who are asking them to have a conversation on video, to put themselves out there and being seen. So if I'm doing it in an extremely vulnerable way by live streaming where anything can happen, I don't know what I'm going to say necessarily. I just allow it to flow from within. I'm leading from where I live in that aspect. However, if I had said to myself, you can film it at some point during the day on your phone, I know what would happen. I would do multiple multiple takes. It would end up taking an hour. I'd want to rephrase things, say particular parts of the video differently. It would never be how I want it, which is what would happen with the South Park episodes. If they had more days, more times, they would change things. They're never satisfied with what it would get to, so it would keep getting pushed out and out and out. With the live, from the moment I press go to stops, that's the 3 minutes, it's done. I've achieved the outcome of producing the piece of content. So that's where I've applied this principle and concept to contribute to where I'm going in 2026. You might like to try the same thing. If you've struggled to produce content, even though we have all these AI tools and so forth, maybe you're struggling to get yourself on video, try a live and just go with it. And you can always delete it and take it down if something terrible goes wrong. But that could be the way to get it done and have that accountability and not put constraints and barriers in the way of producing it. So that's what I wanted to share today. A great story from the South Park creators and how they produce incredibly an entire episode of South Park in 6 days, year after year, hundreds of these episodes now. Incredible feat. If you would like to get access to the 30 days in 30 minutes content creation system, which we're transitioning into the 30-minute marketing model this year, which also adds a strategy that you could do for 30 minutes a day to build recurring client streams with $0 advertising, head over to aaronwhitnish.com and learn a little bit more about that over there. There'll be videos and some downloads coming in the not too distant future. If you have any questions or want to connect on socials, just drop it in the comments below or hit me up at any of the Aaron Whitnish handles across social media. I'll be back again with a brand new episode very soon.